Hello, 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 and good evening to Spiritual Psychics TV, streaming live to you this evening, guys, via YouTube and Facebook. It's so lovely to be back on Facebook, but please don't forget, guys, that if you are watching via Facebook, we would encourage you to flip over to YouTube and do subscribe to our channel there. Welcome to our fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness. This is a show purely dedicated to mediumship, and I have the great privilege of not only working with all of your beautiful loved ones that have passed over into the world of spirit, but I also get to work with some of the most wonderful souls that live here and reside with us on planet Earth. So how fortunate am I? As I mentioned, we are streaming live via YouTube and via Facebook. So there is a little bit of a time-second delay with regards to you placing your comments and us guides receiving them. So we're around about a 10 to 15-second delay between those comments passing between one another. So please just do be conscious of that when you are placing your comments in the comments box. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, and you are watching from YouTube and you would like to be able to interact with myself and my lovely guest medium who's joining me this evening, you will need to subscribe and hold an account in order for you to interact via the live chat, which you'll probably see in the graphics box just below where I'm talking right now. So it only takes literally a minute or two to do. So whilst I'm going through all of the house rules, quickly nip off and do so and come back and join us. As you know, with me, guys, it's all about sharing and caring. So please, please, please do share us out there onto your social media platforms. If you are watching from Facebook, you know that you can identify with that share button that you've got on your screen and just share it to your page or any other spiritual pages that you think may be of interest to other viewers that are joining us here this evening. If you are watching from YouTube, then you will need to click on the little swirly arrow icon just underneath in the graphics box there, guys, and it will allow you to actually copy the link and paste that onto your social media platforms. So we are so grateful to have you here with us this evening. I would love to know who we've got joining us. Whether you're watching from the UK or indeed overseas, do let us know. And welcome to our community. This is a community channel and we do encourage you all just to have a little chat and converse with one another whilst myself and my medium are working away here this evening. It is a public forum, so you do need to be cautious when you are placing your comments because it will be viewed by all members of the public. And I think I've done all the do's and don'ts. So, Producer Richard, who do we have with us here this evening? Shall I say a few hellos? Okie dokie. Wonderful. So we've got the lovely Jane Gee here who's saying good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Jane. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. And the lovely Diane Allen. Hello and welcome, Diane. Thank you for joining us. Hello there, Joe Clark. Good evening to you too. Thanks for joining. Hello there, Queenie. It's lovely for you to join us. Good evening to you. We've also got Mary Dixie who's saying good evening, Bill, Brenda and Richard. Good evening to you too, Mary. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Hello, Hanby. Good evening to you. We also have Karen Thomas. You need this tonight. Well, I hope you enjoy, Karen. You are so welcome, my darling. Pamela Rogers also with us saying good evening, Richard and Bill and Brenda and everyone in the chat. Good evening to you, Pamela. Terry Walls with us. Good evening, Bill, Brenda, Richard and everyone. Lovely Terry who worked so hard behind the SPTV curtain, making sure that all of our lovely shows are put out there on social media. So good evening to you, Terry. Lovely for you to join us here, my lovely. Joanne Lewis is with us saying good evening, Bill, Richard and all of you beautiful souls. How wonderful is this? Good evening to you. Hello there, Anne Bothwell. Thank you for joining, my darling. Cheryl Boxall's with us. Hello there, Cheryl. How are you? Christian Roberto, good evening to you as well. Thank you for joining us. Let me know where you're watching from, guys, whether it be UK or overseas. I'd love to know. And I can see that Lavina Ferran is also with us. Good evening to you too, Lavina. Hello there, Barry Holloman. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Maria Moog is also saying good evening. So good evening to you, Maria. We will say a few more hellos, guys. But what I would love to do is I would love to bring my guest medium on this evening. And she can tell you a little bit about herself. And then we'll have a few more hellos. How does that sound? Perfect. Shall we bring our lovely Brenda onto screen then, Richard? Hello there, Brenda. How are you?
Hello, my darling Bill. It's so lovely to be with you, sweetheart. Thank you so much to you and Richard for inviting me along this evening to work. I say this evening, of course, to some of the lovely people watching. It's not going to be evening at all, is it? Could be morning or anything. So it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? Okay, so, you know.
It certainly is.
It's great to be here. Thank you very, very much. I hope that some of the people that see me on Facebook Live are joining us on the YouTube channel this evening so that your community can grow using a bit of my community and that we all do some mixing and matching around. Nice to see lovely new faces.
Oh, how lovely is that? And it's all about that caring and sharing element, isn't it, Brenda? So it's lovely of you to do that.
Yeah.
Brenda, tell everybody at home a little bit about yourself.
Wow. Well, when it comes to mediumship journey, it's been a lifelong journey for me, really, from childhood when I was really quite scared of all of my experiences and didn't understand it terribly well, until about 25 years ago. And all of a sudden, Spirit decided that they weren't going to wait any longer. I could push them away for so long and they weren't going to let me get away with it. So I started to train how to use my natural gifts properly through churches and centres, Arthur Findlay College, all that kind of stuff. You know how it goes, Bill. And, you know, here we are today. So, you know, I've worked on church platforms, centres, private one-to-one readings, and in the last year on Facebook Live, because let's face it, we all had to help each other through the pandemic, didn't we? So found myself doing things I never dreamed I would do and really enjoying it. So, you know, fabulous.
Perfect. And you're absolutely right. Spirit have certainly pushed all of us mediums in a completely different direction, haven't they? I mean, who would have thought, you know, just over a year ago that we wouldn't be going into our churches and centres and standing up on that platform and doing what we do. And now we're seated in our living rooms or our homes and we're doing it in a completely different context. It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, just as marvellous, though. That's the thing. Just as magical and healing. For me, it's all about healing, Bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, little Dicky Bird tells me, Brenda, that you serve Spirit full time now. Is that right?
I do indeed. I do. Yeah, I've recently stopped working in my day job and I dedicate my entire time now to that. And I work between, you know, helping people in my own right and also through the Phoenix Spiritual Group here in Berkshire. Yeah.
Wonderful, and a lovely group it is as well. So a big shout out to all of you guys from Phoenix that might be watching this evening.
Absolutely.
Welcome, guys. Yeah. Lots of love to you all. Brenda, also tell me, I know with your affiliation with Phoenix that you do lots of other things other than just mediumship. So what else do you do with regards to serving spirit?
We hold psychic fairs, which we call cake and clairvoyance, because they go so well together. At the moment, they're located in Berkshire, but through the pandemic, we've been doing that on Zoom. So we still hold them every couple of months, one-to-one readings. We try and make those readings affordable for the general public. So they're mini readings that most people can afford to link with their loved ones. We don't want that. We don't want money to be a barrier to that. We also hold workshops, development circles and classes. You know, anything from gong baths and all kinds of things. And, you know, we've just not been limited really we haven't let the pandemic stop us, that's for sure. So we're doing all sorts of things on Zoom.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. And where can people find you should they wish to make contact?
Okay, so you can either friend me personally through Facebook or have a look for Phoenix Spiritual Group. If you're abroad, that's a bit difficult to access at the moment, so anybody can send me a friend request. And also we've got a website, www. Ooh, got too many W's then, but you know what I mean. spiritualgroup.uk. There's no co, it's just spiritualgroup.uk. Okay.
Perfect. Lovely, lovely. Shall we say a few hellos to some
Let's
people then?
do that. Yes,
Okey
definitely.
dokey. I'm going to be a proper gentleman. Let ladies go first.
Okay, so up on the screen now, we've got Susan. Well, I think it was Treppleton before it was flashed away from me. So hello, Susan.
And we've got Shelley Ann with us, who's popping a little flower up there. Hello there, Shelley.
And Jade J. Mon from New York. Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for tuning in, Jade.
Welcome, Jade. You're very, very welcome. We've also got Helen Roberts, and she's all the way from Bristol. So hello there to you, Helen. Thank you for joining, my lovely.
And Barbara Lynn, also from New York. So welcome to you, Barbara Lynn. I love the way that the Americans put their names together and just make them so much more exciting. Thank you for joining us.
We've also got Melinda Lane, Ottawa Valley, Ontario, Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome to you, Melinda. Thank you for joining us.
Wow. And June Malkin, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And hello to you too, my lovely. And thanks for joining us. That's a name I know, I think.
That's June from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church.
Oh, that's why I know.
We've also got Helios Lewis Sandres, and they're saying good evening to us. So good evening to you, my friend.
And I've lost my first letter on that, so I think it's Vlad. So hopefully I've seen that correctly. Welcome, Vlad. Lovely to have you with us.
And we also have Margaret Hughes, same body with the same namesake. Good evening to you, Margaret. It's lovely to have you here with us.
And also Lynn Taylor. Good evening, Lil. Lynn, why did I say Lil? Lynn, can you link with a Lil, I wonder? That was a slip of the tongue. Maybe we'll find out.
And we've got the lovely Heidi Spicer, who's saying welcome to you, Brenda.
Thank you, Heidi. Oh, that's a name I know. Hello, Keely Sears. Do you need to sign up something for your comments to be seen? Looks like we're seeing them.
Not. We're seeing them, absolutely. So you're doing whatever you're doing, Keely, is absolutely right, my darling. Catherine Coppin, hi Bill, hi all, and hi to Richard. Hello there to you, Catherine. Thanks for joining, my lovely.
We've got to give credit to the man behind the scenes, haven't we? What an amazing man. Because if the technology was down to me, we'd all still be, well, we'd be in the ark if it was down to me, guys. Hello, Julie Spencer. Lovely to see you, and all those lovely emojis.
And lovely Kelly McKeating saying hi, Bill, Richard, and big love to all. Hello there, Kelly. Good evening to you.
And hi, Jackie Vag, UK. Yes, well done, Jackie, from the UK. Wonderful.
Hey, a lovely Hayley Goodwin's with us. Good evening to you there, Hayley. Thank you for joining.
And Carol Baker, that's another name I know. So whether it's the same Carol Baker, I hope so. That would be lovely. But good evening, Carol. Thanks for joining us.
And we've got the lovely Stace Shaw. Hello there, Stace. How are you? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Stacey,
wow.
Congratulations. Level 2 diploma in mediumship. Congratulations to you. Well done. Well done.
Absolutely.
Well done. And Richard also whispers in my ear, Stace, he's very proud of you. So well done.
Okay. So Alison Pashler, welcome, sweetheart. And look at all those lovely emojis for us. That's a real blessing, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Laura Buckland saying, hi, Bill and Brenda, I'm new to this. Well, you are so welcome, Laura. Thank you for taking the next hour or so of your time to be here with us this evening. I hope you enjoy, my lovely.
And hello, Natalie Bentley from Essex. Great to see you, my darling, or not see you as the case may be. I hope you all have a lovely evening tonight.
Absolutely. So I'm going to make this our last hello, guys, because we're going to get things kicked off, but we will come back to you and we will say a few more hellos as the evening goes on. So it's a a warm welcome to Michelle Jane Dunn. So hello there to you, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us. So Brenda, what we're going to do, I'll open up with our first communicator here this evening. And once I've delivered my message, I'll bring you back on screen and I'll disappear. And then you can deliver yours. How does that sound?
Great. Sounds brilliant, Bill. Take care. Good luck.
Perfect. See you shortly. Okay. We can see all comments, guys. So whether you're watching from YouTube or whether you're watching from Facebook, we are seeing all of your comments. And producer Richard is putting all of your comments up. You can't see it, but on my screen, I can see all of your comments filtering through. So I can see you, Anna Reid, absolutely. So please don't fret. I know we are working between the two streaming services, but we can see you. Just make sure that whatever it is you do, whether you're watching from YouTube, that you subscribe to Spiritual Psychics TV on Facebook. And if you're watching from Facebook, to make sure that you subscribe over to them on the YouTube channel. So hopefully that's all set out for you guys. Right, I need to get things started because I've had a lovely gentleman and lady who've made themselves known to me prior to me coming on this evening. Okay, and the most bizarre bonkers thing about it all is that when the gentleman first made his connection with me, he was talking to me about a tortoise. Okay, he was talking to me about a tortoise and he was talking to me about hibernation. So I know that I need to be bringing and linking this information through with one of you lovelies that are here this evening that can relate to why he wants to take me down memory lane and bring the evidence forward of this tortoise and hibernation. And I feel it's really important at this moment in time to be acknowledging that hibernation link. So I had to get that out first of all. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start working on the essence of both of these lovely souls, okay, so that I can bring them into your room as well as mine, okay. I feel and I understand with the way that they're working with me here that I need to be referring to them as a partnership, as a husband and a wife. As I work with the gentleman, what he does, he gives me a great sense of wanting to shrink my frame. So I know that I'm a smaller man with this gentleman as he starts to blend his energies here with me, okay. He makes me feel as though I want to be stood around about 5'8", 5'9", in height with him. But I am small framed, but I feel my frame particularly well, you would understand. So I feel my bones particularly well, okay? I know with him, God bless him, that he also wants me just to be bringing forward evidence with regards to the old-fashioned style fencing that we would have had in our back gardens many years ago. And I can remember it when I was a little boy, when I was growing up with the dinosaurs. And it was almost like that stick thin pole that would have been intertwined with a wire connection onto an X pole. So you could almost see directly through into the neighbour's gardens, you would understand, okay? And he just wants to place that in my mind as well. Carol, I can see that you're saying you can take the tortoise and hibernation. Perfect. So Carol, please do keep listening to me, my lovely, and just converse with me again through the comment section to let me know if you relate to the other information that these lovelies are working so incredibly hard to give to me here this evening. I want to talk about the lady, okay, because as she starts to conjoin her energies with me, I feel short and I feel full figured with this lady, okay? But what she's making me understand straight away as she's starting to chat away in my ear here is I need to talk about bandages, okay? I need to talk about bandages and feeling sore with this lady. So I know that there would have been some type of wound or sore where bandages would have been used on this lady. Keely, you're saying, can take these two as mother and son, but they were like husband and wife. Okay, again, please, my darling, just continue to listen to the evidence and the information that they're giving me as they're working with me, just to make sure that you totally relate to what it is that they're bringing forward here for me. The lady talks to me about her kettle, but as she talks to me about Carol, you're saying you're having fencing done. Perfect. So you can relate to that fencing link as well. That's fantastic. What I want to be saying as well is she talks to me about her kettle, but as she's talking to me about it, I can hear it in the distance, and I can see it because she's placing it into my mind's eye, okay? And it's one of the big old-fashioned silver chrome style kettles that you would have actually put the whistle onto. Okay, so when it actually got to that boiling point, you would hear that whistling in the distance, and she's just playing that out in my mind as well. Again, she's just bringing it forward as evidence so that I know that whomever it is that I'm working with here, that we're making the correct links, because I want them to give me as much specifics as they possibly can so that we can identify whom it is I'm with. I do feel a bit of a pull to Carol at this moment, but I am going to continue to work because I'm waiting to see if you can identify to the other information that they're both bringing forward there for you, please, Carol. Okay, my darling. I also feel as well what I need to be saying, and it is a feeling sensation that I'm getting, okay? I'm hearing a Scottish tone being spoken to me. So I know that I need to acknowledge that there would be Scottish links around either one of these individuals. Keely, you're saying, no, it's not for me, thank you. Must be for Carol. Thank you, Keely. God bless you. As I say, I will just continue to work in the hope and anticipation that it is actually relating to Carol here. I want to be talking about this identification with these Scottish links, okay? Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute that either of these individuals would have been Scottish, but I know that there would have been Scottish connections around them that they're making me understand, okay? And you're also saying, Carol, that they had one in the chalet, which is absolutely perfect. I feel that you're referring to the kettle there, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking that information. I wonder if you can just, you are Scottish. There you go. Thank you so much. God bless them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me more. It's lovely when they give us these little bits of specific information that you can relate to. And as I say, I did feel as though I had that pull and that connection with you, my darling. So I will continue to work with you through this link. Okay. All right. Let's see where else I want to go with them. I do know as well with the gentleman, okay, as he starts to conjoin these energies and he starts to impression himself upon me somewhat. I do know that I had a sense and a loss of feeling within my legs, he makes me understand, okay, because I can't feel my feet properly as he's doing this with me, okay? So I know that there would have been some type of circulatory issue with regards to his legs here that you would understand, okay? Because he's just putting that on me and he's just asking me to pull that information forward and bring that forward again, just so that you can understand. And you were a small family. Okay, my darling, thank you so much. Just continue to converse with me so I can carry on working on the vein of this message. With regards to the other bits of information that they're bringing forward here for you. I do feel with him, I want to be a real gentleman as well, okay, because I want to hang my cap up on the hook as I come in through the front door. So I feel as though when I'm walking through the front door with him and he's showing me this, as I'm walking through the front door, I want to put my cap up on the hook to the right-hand side of me as I'm walking in through that front door there. Okay, one of the flat caps you would understand that this gentleman would have worn, and he would have been a very traditionally dressed gentleman as well. I do feel that I need to be saying, because he just wants me to kind of like smarten myself up. He's telling me to do the button up on my shirt, so I'm doing it now. So I know that this gentleman would have been very fastidious with regards to his presentation, okay? I do feel as though I do want to be wearing ties with this gentleman as well, because he's just placing a tie around my neck as he's working away with me here as well, my lovely, okay? But he's got such a lovely essence about, they've both got such a lovely essence about him. But with him, do you know what? I just feel as though I could actually just be taken away and just be listening to all the stories that this gentleman wants to talk to me about. So I know he was a great talker. I know he was a great communicator, this gentleman, okay? And I feel as though I just could have been lost in all of these stories that he wants to share, okay? And these are true life stories as well that he's making me conscious of here, okay? So again, I hope that you can relate and you can understand why he's bringing that forward there for me, my darling. As I can join my energies somewhat with this lovely, beautiful lady here, okay, I just want to say that I feel a little bit more timid as well with this lady. I feel as though I'm on the shy side of things with her, okay. Could be granddad, but uncle has this problem here. Okay, my darling, thank you so much. All right, okay. And I feel with this lady, you would understand that she would have been the more timid out of the two. He would have been the more outspoken and she would have been the more reserved. That's the word that I'm looking for. She's just dropped it into my head. I was more reserved, you would understand, okay? And again, with this lady, I know that everything just had to be just so with her, okay? And even down to the fine details with regards to making sure that things were laid out on the table correctly. And as I'm saying things, okay, what I'm referring to is the way that all of the cutlery would have been laid out. So I know this lady would have been very precise, and you're saying mum there as well. Okay, my darling, please just do let me know with regards to this fastidiousness with regards to making sure all of the cutlery was laid out and it was just so. I feel as though what I want to be doing, I feel as though my mind's being taken back somewhat, and I want to be actually taking all of my cutlery and my fine tableware off of a traditional style dresser, because she's just placing one behind me here. Okay, so I know that I would have liked it out on display as well with this lady, okay, and I really feel as though things would have had to have been polished somewhat with the silverware as well. So I know that she was just so, God bless her, okay, and as I say, but very reserved at the same time, because what she's doing with me, as she's saying reserved, she's almost slowing me down somewhat, and she's just kind of like just pulling me back into my own, okay. So I know that that must be an incredibly important part of information that she wants me to bring forward, that you associate to there, my sweetheart, okay. What she does want me to do with you, Carol, is she just brings forward a glass of milk for me to give to you, okay, and I'm asking her, why is it that you're giving me this milk for our lovely Carol, okay? And I feel and I understand with the way that she's working with me again that milk would be some type of significant part of the information that you would relate to with regards to the younger years with this lady, okay? I just feel as though, you know what, a glass of milk would never have gone amiss when you would have visited her. I feel as though this glass of milk would have been placed in front of you and I would have been made to have drunk that. So I just need to be bringing that forward. You are saying that there was manners and also tradition. Perfect. That's wonderful. Thank you for taking that information. So if you're happy with what it is that I've brought forward for you with regards to identifying these two lovely souls, what I'm just going to do is ask them just for a little bit of a message for you, my lovely, okay? And then before I send them back off up to the angels, I always ask them just to give a parting gift for you, because they make such a beautiful connection, building up all of this energy. It's such a lovely parting gesture when we send them back up on their way to leave you with a gift there. Okay. She loves milk. I don't like it. Perfect. That's the reason why she was placing that in front of me. As long as you identify to that info, that's wonderful. Then also I need to just put a headscarf on her as well, because she's just said to me, don't forget about the headscarf. So the old-fashioned headscarves that ladies would have tied up underneath their chin in a silk style headscarves, and she shows me in paisley for some reason, so I know that there would have been a fondness for this paisley pattern with this lady as she does that with me as well there, my lovely. Okay, all right, what she wants me to do, she just wants me to send an awful lot of upliftment to you at this present moment in time. And I know this because when I work with colours, and she's given me colours, she's shown me bright, beautiful yellow sunflowers. So I know that when I'm being shown these and I'm being given this colour to bring forward, I know that I need to be wrapping the recipient up with lots of upliftment. Okay, yeah, you hated it. I only used to like the milk if it had the Nesquik flavouring in it. So you can understand and identify. I just want to be lifting you up somewhat at this present moment in time, my darling, because she just brings that forward for me. I do feel as well that I just need to be talking to you about sunflowers, and sunflowers being significant as a link that she wants me to pull forward with regards to information, whether this is around you or indeed her. But I just want to be growing these sunflowers as I'm being shown them. Okay, so I know that there's some type of significance with regards to growing these sunflowers as well, my lovely, that she wants me to bring forward there for you. Okay, I just want to emphasize one more time, because she just keeps telling me about making sure that I'm giving you plenty of upliftment. So I'm going to be asking that from our healing angels as well, just to be drawing their energies close to you and giving you that extra support that's needed at this present moment in time as well. Okay, because I just feel a little bit heavy across my eyes, you would understand. I've got a little bit of a density that's just sitting on the top of my forehead, so I know that there's a lot of unsettlement that's going on with you at this present moment in time. that she just wants me to identify them, my darling. And I hope you don't mind me just bringing that forward on a public platform. So if you're happy, my lovely, with the information that I've brought forward for you, I'm just going to get you your parting gift before I send these lovely souls back off up to the angels there. Okay, what have we got for this lady, please? Okay. Now, this is you are ill. Okay, my darling. Okay, so we will ask for those healing angels to send that extra support to you. And we will ask all of our lovely community viewers that are watching here as well, who have that healing ability, whether you do or not, guys, just send out lots of loving healing thoughts to our lovely Carol at this present moment in time there. So pop her up some love hearts and some loving comments in the comments box there, please, and show your support. Okay, I want to give you, Carol, and this is the mortal sin, because as soon as, and you all know I work with food, with spirit, they feed me all the time, all right? But she's bringing forward a sausage roll to give to you, okay? A homemade sausage roll. So I know with this lady that there is a connection and there is a link with her making the homemade sausage rolls, okay? And I really want a real puffy pastry on these as she brings that evidence forward for you there, my darling. So I'm just going to leave both of their love with you and say God bless you, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of working with these beautiful souls. God bless you. Brenda, over to you, my lovely.
Thank you, Bill. Aren't we blessed to do the job we do? Isn't it wonderful? And you know, to bring through healing to lovely Carol, who really needs it at the moment. That is absolutely amazing, isn't it? Okay, everyone. Well, I work in a very similar way to Bill, very largely clairsentient. So I feel all that love when they want to bring it through to you. And I feel the other things too. So, oh, here's Charlotte Underwood. Hello, Charlotte. Got to say hello there, haven't we? All right, sweetheart. Absolutely gorgeous girl. Wonderful medium. Okay. So I've got an adorable man working with me now. He is, what can I just say? He was put on this earth as an earth angel, okay? That's what he was when he was here. But he's come in now because he wants to reassure his family about what happened toward the end of his life, okay? So this gentleman, unfortunately, needed to go and live in a care facility. I feel that was because he had a condition such as dementia or Alzheimer's, bless his heart. And, you know, he really, really wants to let the family know that they made the right decision, because he knows that they were racked with guilt over this decision. And I know that as he spends time in the care home, he actually settled in an awful lot better than anybody thought that he would. And you know, he's sitting with his legs crossed. It's his kind of seating position, actually. He's a very slim gentleman, as I'm sensing him here now. And I feel that certainly as he got older, he did lose a bit of weight. But I don't feel he was ever a really big man, all right? So he's sitting here cross-legged. And, you know, he's actually tapping his foot away to the music. And what I feel is that when this gentleman moves into his care home, his care facility, what he really enjoyed was having entertainment around, and he would enjoy the music that was played. And actually, he got quite a lot out of being in that environment. So it looks to me like Alison Pashler is able to take this information. So that's wonderful to have a taker so early on. And I want to say, Alison, that he also makes me feel that he passes, I do feel, from a pneumonia condition in the end, okay? And also there's a very slight yellowish tinge to his skin, my love. So I feel that there was liverish conditions as well around him, you know, so he was getting more frail and more poorly. But you must understand that the family made the absolute right decision to, he says, to put me in a home, okay? And he always sat with his legs crossed. This is the lovely thing about being a clairsentient medium that Bill and I love, is that they actually do that to us. They make us cross our legs and sit, you know. So carry on listening, and do listen, Catherine, but I am going to keep working there. So this feeling of, you know, he was poorly at the end, and I do feel chest, you know, like I say, these chesty conditions, you know, around him. But this enjoyment of music is what I need to say. So I know a few of you are showing interest in this lovely gentleman, but you really need to understand, that we're talking about this love of music as well with him, and how he got joy from that towards the end of his life. Okay, so I think it was Lynn that originally I was linking with, wasn't it? I'm so sorry, I lost track of who the first person was. Normally I write it down. Oh, it was Alison. Thank you, Richard, for that. So Alison, and I've got to say to you, and I did feel that I wanted a link with a daughter. So you've just confirmed for me it's Dad, and I felt that he wanted to link with a daughter, and you understand that he passed in those ways. He also makes me feel, Alison, that he's had cause to have to keep a really close eye on you at the moment. Now, I know that we're in the public domain, so there's only certain things that we want to share. Yes, Alison, I do feel that I am with you, my lovely. I am working with Alison, I'm sure. But, he's making me feel that he's really keeping a very close eye on you at the moment, because there is, you'd understand, before Dad got ill, my darling, he was a very, very loving and uplifting man in his own right. His personality is all about being happy, being joyful, and enjoying his family. And he makes me feel, my darling, that you haven't been enjoying the family as much as perhaps you would have at one time. All right. It's like he's the missing link, really, that kind of the glue that kept everybody together. And he's sort of wanting to take out the super glue, bless his heart. And I do feel that this man, he loved company around him, yeah, and he did pass this way. All right, my darling. But I do feel like this man he would have a man cave, no matter where he was. And he makes me think of my own dad, in fact, because when my dad moved into a sort of a flat that was semi-care facility, we still gave him a little cupboard that was his man cave, his almost miniature shed, as it were. And I feel that your dad, you still kept these precious things around him so that he still felt at home, if that makes sense, Alison. So pulling out the super glue and gluing the family back together, as he's doing for me symbolically here, to just give you all that feeling that, he's still around you and still wants this to be the case. I know it's pandemic and it's so difficult, for all of us at the moment, but I do feel that that's the crux of his message. So everybody's to stop feeling guilty. You all did the right thing. And you missing him terribly, bless your heart. And, and he's missing you on a physical level too. But you'd also understand, Alison, that he's now giving me what we call the psychic cobwebs. So a feeling like we've got this cobwebby feeling on the face, and this is when he comes close to give you a lovely kiss on the cheek. And I've got to say to you, whilst Bill was working earlier and I first became aware of your lovely dad, he actually physically came and touched me here on my arm. So this is really, really important that you would understand that Dad would be one for patting you on the arm like that. And I have to say to you, it felt very real to me, far more real than I would normally feel as a medium. So, his shed was his man cave. Yeah, you understand the man cave bit as well. But I feel like there was a few bits that he took into the care home that just reminded him of that role, all right, that, that he'd been a man and he'd done all those things that some men like to do, I should say, not all men. I shouldn't generalise, should I? So he's giving you these feelings. When you feel a cobweb, he's giving you a kiss, my darling. When you feel him touch your arm, that is really him. He wants you to know that, all right? And he wants to send the biggest hug, and it's like a group hug. He wants to get all around the younger members of the family, because I feel like he's bringing in all the children, your children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, all of that, bringing them all in and having such a huge family hug. All right, this is what he wants for you. So please, my darling, take Dad's love. If you could feel it, there's oodles of it for you. All right, and I'm gonna ask to work in the way that Bill's work, because I don't want anybody feeling hard done by because they got a message from me and they didn't get a present. you know. So I normally do this at Christmas when I demonstrate, but so I'm going to ask Dad to give you a present. Do you know what he's giving you? This has got the possibility of getting me into terrible trouble and never being invited back, Alison. Do you know, he's got out one of those really old-fashioned badger brushes that you put on your shaving foam with, okay, and with the soap that goes with it, okay. So he's bringing, I don't know, I don't want to say, Alison, that you know whether it's you or but he's bringing this in. Now there is symbolism behind this, okay. This is about when we shave somebody, it is a very, very personal thing to do, all right. And I feel he's also reminding me of a family member involving themselves in shaving him, if that makes sense to you. I do hope you understand that, Alison. And it's almost as though the children were his world. Absolutely, because that's what I felt like. I felt like he just wanted to pull them all in. That's lovely to hear confirmation of that. But, you know, there's this shaving foam and this brush is really important. I'm trying to work out with him exactly what it is, but it's the caring and sharing aspect, which Bill has told us all. This is exactly what SPTV is all about, isn't it? Caring, sharing and loving. And he's just been so happy that he could come through to you this evening, Alison. So take his love, and I'm going to let him step back now. He always used one. All right, my darling, because I do feel it's a proper badger hair one as well. It's not any rubbish, this one, you know, it really isn't. But I do feel that it's precious to him, and therefore it's a precious gift to you, sweetheart. Take Dad's love, and I'm now going to pass over to Bill to move on from now. Thank you, my darling.
Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. That was such a beautiful message. See, I told you all she'd fit in, didn't I? I knew she'd fit in perfectly. Don't forget, keep sharing us out there as well, guys. If you like what you see and you're watching from YouTube, give us that thumbs up. And if you're watching from Facebook, do share us out there. Give us those thumbs up and those love hearts. Very much appreciated. Alison's just saying to you there on the back end of that message, Brenda, that her husband shaved him when he couldn't.
Yes, I wanted it a family member being so loving and kind to have shaved him. So thank you for telling us all that, Alison, because it's, you know, even if people don't get a message tonight, they get such comfort from getting evidence like that is so specific, as Bill said earlier, that we get a sense that this is real, you know. So thank you, my darling.
Absolutely. And it's also lovely that when we bring these messages through, if other people can actually relate to parts of that, then they can take love and comfort from it as well. So that's Spirit's way of not just reaching one person, but reaching several at the same time, which is absolutely phenomenal, especially via this new virtual platform that we're having to learn to work from, isn't it, Brenda? So there you go. And we've got the lovely Charlene Austin, who joined me on the show back last year. She's a wonderful medium. Hello there, Charlene. How are you? Saying such a lovely message, Brenda.
Oh,
how lovely.
Thank you.
God bless you. Who else have we got with us here this evening, producer Richard? We've got Tamara with us. Hello there, Tamara. Good evening to you.
And Trevor
Morley.
Hi, Trevor. Lovely to see you, my darling.
We've also got Stephanie Ewing. I am back. I got mugged by the dog.
I can't think of a better way to be mugged.
We've got Letitia with us, and she says, I hope everyone is doing well, blessed. Well, bless you as well. Thank you for joining us, my darling.
And hello, Tina. I wasn't sure whether I should be talking just yet or whether this was your bit, Bill. But hello, Tina and Walker. Lovely to see you.
It's all about sharing. It doesn't matter to me, Brenda. Absolutely not. And we've got the lovely Samantha with us as well, saying she's shared out. God bless you. Thank you for doing so, my darling.
And Sam Pert. This is definitely a name I know. So hi, Sam. Lovely to have you. Great.
Hi there, Sam. Thanks for joining us, my friend. And Zonna Wilmont is saying good evening. Good evening to you too, Zonna. Thank you for joining us here.
And hi, Ruth Townsend. Lovely that you could come, my darling.
And also Lindsay Cato saying, hey, evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Sorry I'm late. No need for an apology. You're here with us now, my darling. That's all that matters.
And hi to Sharon O'Keefe too. Great, you can join us, Sharon.
Oh, how lovely. And finally, before we go into our next messages, let's I'm getting all tongue tied. I've got spirit coming in. I can see that we've got Zona Wilmont with us. So good evening to you too, my darling, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Right, I need to start again, okay, because I've got a gentleman's energy that's starting to conjoin with me. I want to rock around the clock tonight. He's talking to me about Elvis. He's talking to me about love me tender, love me true. So I know that I need to be making a loving vibration connection with a recipient here this evening. As he stands beside me and he makes me conscious of him, what I do want to be saying with this gentleman, excuse me, he's taken me into my throat, so I know that there's some type of issue that I need to be acknowledging that would have been present with this gentleman around his throat area before he made his crossing over into spirit. Okay, but what he does give me a great sense of, as he's conjoining his energies with me, okay, I want to be talking about the mods and the rockers, okay, but also what I want to be saying is that she's been talking to me. So I know that I need to be making a connection here with a lady recipient this evening, you would understand, okay, as he stands beside me and he's starting to make himself more known to me, okay. I want to be comfortable in a pair of jeans, first of all, I need to be saying, okay. So I know this gentleman would have had a love for wearing these jeans. And as he's starting to give me an understanding about his physicality, I want to stand around about 6 foot because he just makes me feel as though he's fitting into my frame incredibly well, okay. So I want to say that physically he wouldn't have been too dissimilar to me, and I know you're only getting to see the top half, but the bottom half isn't that much to shout home about. But what I need to say is that he would have sat quite well within my physique and within my frame. He would have had a lot more hair, however, okay, and I want to say that I would have had a dark head of hair, but I don't know whether or not he's showing me this dark because, again, as he takes me back into this era with regards to like Elvis and the mods and the rockers, okay, I want to be saying that I want to be brill creaming my hair or gelling my hair somewhat, so it's giving it a slightly darker appearance as he's starting to put that on me. Teresa Cameron, you're saying sounds like your husband. Thank you, my darling. Then just do continue to listen to me. Breathing issues, okay, I've not said nothing about that. Don't feed the medium, my darling. Just listen to the information that we're giving you, and if you can understand and take it, that's all good and well. It was more the throat that he was drawing me to, okay. You are saying yes, 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 okay. So if that's the reason why he was drawing me to my throat and it's making that connection with regards to breathing issues that you can identify, then that's fine, my darling, but I can't make that fit. What I had to be saying is that I did feel as though there was more throat issues going on with this gentleman. And again, I want to be taking that to the back end of my journey here on the earth plane before making my crossing into spirit there with him, okay. But I do want to be talking about the old LP vinyl records, and it's almost as though what I want to be saying to you, my darling, is they have resurfaced, okay, because they are present. They are present now in the forefront of my mind, and it's almost as though I just want to be looking back over these, okay. So I feel as though there's a revisit to these LPs that he wants to bring forward, that you would understand there, my sweetheart. And he shows me as well one of the old-fashioned record players, but this is a freestanding one that you would identify to, that would have been on the floor, okay, where there would have actually been storage underneath. He shows me. I feel as though I've got two little cupboard doors here that he's making me understand, and in the centre you could have actually put racks of the records into it as well, okay. So he's just bringing that forward there as well, and you have been talking to him because I can see that you're saying yes as well, okay. He hears exactly what it is that you've been saying to him, okay, and that is so much more present right up to like today. I want to be saying this almost as though what I want to say to you with the way that he's working with me and he's making me understand is that you've actually asked him to come forward this evening, okay. It's almost as though you said, come on, come and have a chat with me, my lovely, okay. And I feel as though I need to be passing that over as well. You've been sorting out his records. Perfect. So we are on the correct link here. Yes, you get that. Absolutely wonderful. That's beautiful. I know that he just wanted to really kind of like make this loving connection as he was conjoining his energies with me, because he was wrapping himself around me. He was embracing me, and I can still feel that cuddle right now. So I know that I need to be bringing that forward for you there, my lovely darling. Okay, I am getting a little bit tongue-tied as well with this gentleman, so I know I need to be identifying that I couldn't get my words out correctly as well, you would understand. Yes, you did ask for him to come forward. Perfect. That's wonderful. Okay. I couldn't get my words out correctly. Towards the end, he's making me understand. Okay. I couldn't talk properly. Okay. So I know that I need to be just bringing that forward again for you there, my lovely. Okay. And also, what I do feel with him, God love him, is that I just want to say that I feel as though he just wants to lay me out in a bed. So I know that I feel as though I'm being confined to a bed in my later stages of my life with him, God love him, before he made his crossing over into spirit that you can relate to. Okay. I want to, he's saying to me, I want to, okay, I want to bring, what's the name of him? Okay. I want to be bringing, oh, crikey, give him, I want to be bringing hyacinths through for you. He's talking to me about hyacinths, the flowers, hyacinths. I want to be bringing them forward for you. He's showing them to me as well. He's giving me delicate lilac and purple colours that he's placing within my mind's eye. He's doing this with me. Okay. When I work with colours, though, okay, I know that as I'm working on the vein of purple, okay, he's making me understand and he's drawing me up into my chakra system, and he's bringing me up into my third eye. So I know that you have a great insight with regards to spirit, okay? And I want to be saying to you, my lovely, that you actually have a great sense of feeling spirit around you, okay? A great sense of feeling them when they're coming close by to you, because he's just bringing that and placing that in the forefront of my mind. I also want to be talking to you, my darling, with regards to that repetitive dream and him coming and visiting you in that repetitive dream. It's the same scenario that gets played over time and time again, okay? And he's just bringing that forward, and that is his way of just making that link and that communication with you when you're in a rested state. It's making me talk really fast, so I know I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really, really overwhelmed at making this connection. I feel as though this is long overdue. You would understand what he's making me understand as he's talking away to me here in my ears. Okay, but I just want to get you dancing somewhat, okay, because he's just bopping away with that music. Yes, I do, you're saying. Perfect. Okay, my darling. I just want to be bopping away to rock around the clock tonight. And he placed that in my mind the first thing that he done when he started to communicate with me. So I know that I just want to be dancing around with you at this present moment in time. I feel as though I need to be relating to the month of March as some type of significant month here as well, because he's sitting me in the now, he's sitting me in the present. So please let me know that you can understand that March link and that March vibration that he brings forward there for you, my darling, as well. Okay, he also wants to take me into the back end of the year and take me down towards the month of November as well. Okay, he's just called that out to me. Okay, and can you please also understand why I need to be acknowledging George? I know that there's a George in spirit that links to this gentleman as well, because he's talking about he's met up with George as well. Okay, and I don't generally get names with spirits, so I'm saying thank you very much for that. Okay, yes, that was you. Okay, perfect. I know he's just bringing that. I know he's just raising my vibration. He's making me talk really fast. Okay, I know he just wants to bring that essence through, and he just wants to really kind of like bring so much joy and memory links forward for you and place that beautiful smile on your face. Okay, because I can feel as he's giving this information to me, I can feel you beaming. It's making me understand about you beaming, okay? And that was the importance of this connection that he was making here with you this evening, okay? You're saying, yes, March last week, we had his funeral. Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much, my darling, for giving us that information. And our thoughts and our love and our prayers are going out to you at this very difficult time. I'm so glad that he's chosen to make this connection here this evening. Just to let you know, okay, that you know what, his crossing was perfect. Okay, he's made his transition, he's made his journey, okay, and he's given you that validation, what it is that you were asking for prior to coming on here this evening. So God bless him. It's so lovely that he's actually managed to make that link here. Okay. What I also want to be doing, okay, because he's still making me want to clear my throat somewhat, okay? But I know that I'm now linking this with you, okay? Because he's making me feel as though my throat's really sore, and he's making me want to give you one of those like honey and lemon sweets to place in my mouth, because I'm just getting the taste of that being placed on my tongue as he's working away with me here. So I know that we need to be sending out a little bit of healing to you around your throat area, indeed, just to take this soreness of this throat away from you at this present moment in time. So we'll ask those healing angels to come close to you and give you that extra support that it is that you need right now there, my darling, as well. And I just want to also just pick up on the smell that he's working with me here. And again, I've told you it's a mortal sin. I'm going to talk about food again, okay? But I need to be talking about toasted cheese and ham sandwiches, okay? Toasted ones, because he's just giving me the smell. He's now placing the taste on my palate of my tongue as he's working away. So there you go, my darling. I'm just bringing that information through for you. I'm just asking him, before we send him back off up to the angels, okay, for a parting gift there for you, okay? And what I do want to be saying, what I do actually want to be saying is that I'm amazed. And I know this sounds very cliche because of his recent passing, but I give it as I get it, okay? But I'm amazed at the amount of flowers, okay? Because he's just placing loads of flowers within my mindset. So I know he's taking me to that celebration of his life. And I want to say celebration of his life as well there, my darling. Lol, yes, to the toasted ham and cheese sandwiches. Perfect, okay. But I'm very grateful for these flowers as well, okay? And also, I know that I want those flowers to be of some benefit elsewhere as well, you will relate to, that he's talking to me about there, my sweetheart, okay? And just, I feel as though what I need to be saying to you is that I've got something close to my chest that belongs to this gentleman. I feel as though I've got a ring that's sitting on a chain that's close to my chest that you can identify to there, my darling. And he just brings that through as his parting gesture, as he starts to make his journey back up to heaven with the angels. So I will say, God bless you, my lovely, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of working with your loved one. God bless you. And I will pass back over to the lovely Brenda.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, well, that was another lovely link, wasn't it? How beautiful was that? Lucky old Teresa, but unlucky Teresa, of course. We're thinking of you, my lovely. Okay, right. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a very lovely man blending with me here, and I'm working quite unusually for me this evening. I'm getting things that I wouldn't normally get, so you know, it's a bit strange, really, but there we go. I know that this gentleman is in an ICU before he passes to the world of spirit. Okay, I know that there's machinery all around him, pinging and ponging and what have you all over the place, and it's quite a noisy environment, he makes me feel. And there was an awful lot of care that went into trying to help him to recover from his condition. I feel that there was a multiple organ failure going on here with this poor chap, really, and I do feel that he was in a very, very bad way, and this was extremely difficult for his family. Obviously, you know, it would be. He's a lovely guy. He's come in, and the first thing he talked to me about was Harry, and I don't feel he's giving me his name. I feel he is talking about a child called Harry, if anybody can understand this, please. A child who's physically here in the world, all right? Because I feel like he wants to come in and make a difference to Harry at the moment. So also with him, I know that there's an awful lot of love of comedy, all right? So this gentleman would have been the kind of man that you would have bought tickets to go and see Michael McIntyre to, something, you know, things like that. He adored watching comedy on television, and he's got such a wonderful laugh, and it's a loud laugh. You know, it's really, when he finds something funny, he really does. And he, you know, and he loved the fact that was, you know, something that to him brought him so much joy. And I've got to say, I feel like to his wife or his partner, it brought irritation sometimes, because, you know, with the best will in the world, we have to live with people, don't we? And I think sometimes she probably used to roll her eyes at him. So I'm hoping this is going to make sense to somebody. Okay. Also, he's making me, so Heidi, you have a son called Harry. lovely, my darling. Can you understand the gentleman that I've described, please? Because I feel that this is obviously that the information's linked together. I also feel that there's a funny memory associated with fishing, sea fishing, as opposed to lake or river fishing. I feel like Kim, could be your dad, my darling. If you can tell me what you can understand and whether you can understand the Harry as well, please. But I feel like Vicky can take. Okay, I see you in comedy. But there's this. Where are we going with this? I want this memory of this funny thing to do with sea fishing, and that's so I need to know how it sounds like. Teresa thinks we've done a joint link already, and that was supposed to be the plan for later, Bill. Okay. This could be embarrassing, couldn't it? I'm going to keep giving information though, because there's some other thanks for telling us that, my love. I'm hoping that we're going to be going to somebody new for this link, but I know that I need to talk about this time in ICU as well. Not everybody could get to see him, okay? Not everybody that wanted to could get to see him. So Heidi, you missed the first bit. Okay, so I'll just have a quick recap. This gentleman passes into the world of spirit, having been in intensive care unit, okay? He's got what I feel is a multiple organ type failure situation going on. I feel that the doctors and nurses fought very, very hard to save him. I don't feel that I'm talking about an elderly man here. I feel like, this is a chap who's in his prime. He's not telling me exactly how old he is, but I certainly feel that he's in his prime, all right? And that he loves comedy, and there's funny memories about a sea fishing trip. Your dad sank a boat sea fishing and set fire to... Oh, I think we'll go with you, Heidi. I think you're the winner, my darling. Bless you. Okay, so set fire to his life belt to get attention. Well, you've got to be a joker for that, haven't you? I mean, he's making me feel like this is okay, and Harry, all right. I'm listening to you, Kay. I'm gonna have to keep talking, and I've lost track, bless you, of the person I was talking to before. I'm used to Facebook Live where I can scroll up myself. So Richard, if you could tell, I think who was it that came on before Kim? Heidi, thank you. Thank you so much, Richard. Okay, I have to say I think I'm working with Heidi, but do listen up, my darling. Okay, so right. What have I got here with Dad? You've got to understand, I need to bring this comedy back into life for you, Heidi. Now, Dad gives me no concept whatsoever of how long it is since you've lost him, but he is trying to encourage you to see the funny side of life, my darling, because as far as he's concerned, we have to do that. We've got to retain our sense of humour, and he makes me feel, Heidi, that you've struggled with the sense of humour recently, and I know that there must be an awful lot of people at this moment in time that can take that, all right. But he is saying he wants to restore that for you. So now that he's sown that seed in your mind tonight, and that memory of the boat at sea, please, he said, can you just remember that every time you're feeling down? Just please remember that, and remember that I brought it through. Not seen your dad in years. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just assuming that I'm with you. So, it's restoring that. Your stepdad liked comedy but didn't fish. No, I can't change what I've already given, my darling. So I need somebody that can understand everything of what I've said, really. Sorry that we've ended up a little blind alley with that, but I don't know whether I have got your dad, Heidi, and I certainly wouldn't want to be breaking news to you in this forum, but I can only give the information that I'm giving at this moment in time. I need to talk about, and I think this might sort it out, about objects placed in the casket with this gentleman. So this is very, very important, because he said, I had so many things put in with me. There was barely enough room for me, and I do bring that through with humour, ladies and gentlemen, in the nicest possible way, because this is the gentleman's personality. So maybe some of you others that thought I might be with you, if you can understand this about lots of stuff in the casket, really, really important. Okay. So don't worry, Heidi, that's fine. We'll sort it out. We'll get there in the end. We always do. So where are we? I feel like it's as though somebody has placed a photograph literally on his heart in the casket. So it's been placed, literally there is a photograph, and I'm getting a sort of a kiss with that. So I do feel it's a romantic relationship. So whatever the photograph was that was placed on his chest there, there is a love between a man and a woman there. Can I say, if this is, need to work out who we're with, don't we? Kim, Masonic Regala. Okay, I can imagine that is probably plentiful, but can you understand the photograph as well, please, my darling? I just need to write down the name, because I'm terribly forgetful. When I'm in the power, I forget who I'm working with in the real world. Thank you so much, Richard. Isn't he a darling? I could do with Richard whenever I'm on Facebook Live now. I won't be able to do it without him. Okay, he's literally a godsend. Right, okay, so we put loads in your stepdad's casket, including bedding. So please don't feed me like Bill said. But Heidi, I just can't tell whether I'm with you or I'm not, my darling, in the sense that you can take information and memories about Dad, which it's possible that your stepdad could be telling me, but we still haven't found this link to little Harry anywhere, have we? And this is the thing that's concerning me, because I do feel... Can you understand, Heidi? That was Kim, was it? Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, my darling. Okay, and that was Kim. Yes, okay, right. I'm sorry if this has become confusing, everybody. Believe me, you wouldn't want to be in my head either. But I'm going to have to say, listen and take what you can from this, both of you, because I think there is so much. If we were sort of on a church platform here, I'd work with one, set intention to work with one, and then go on to the other and get more there. So but because of time restrictions, we're going to be a bit limited tonight. But so this, Harry was grandson. All right, my darling. So coming back to all of these things in the coffin, he just wanting to say, you do know that all those things aren't with me, don't you? They're not. They are not needed by me. I am around you and loving you all every day. Okay, that is the most important thing. I need to talk about Harry again, and I want to talk about cheeky lad. Okay, I feel like Harry is on the cusp of adulthood, as it were. I feel like he's either just coming into his teens, or is going through one of those transition periods in his life, and he's a cheeky chappy. And I feel, Kim, there's days when you could love him and there's days when you could throttle him, my darling. I hope you don't mind me saying that. But oh, bless. Okay. Leslie G. All right, my darling. I haven't seen any of your comments, Leslie G. Okay. Wonderful. I wish I had the time to sort all of this out for you, my lovelies. But I just hope that a few of you can take. Spirit are very clever, like Bill said earlier. They gang up on us, They gang up on us mediums, and they say, right, who can take all this information? Who likes sea fishing? And they get in a little gang, and they come in together, and then we split them apart one by one and get individual information. Now, clearly there's an intention to meet as many people's needs as possible tonight, so I can only apologise for that. And yes, he's 16 years old, Kim. That's certainly how I feel. He's certainly on one of those big transition periods, and so you'd understand what was said about, you know, he's love him and all the rest of it, and, you know, want to strangle him the next minute. But what he wants you to know is that he's a good-minded lad. He's a technically good-minded lad, and you don't need to worry about him nearly as much as you think you do. All right, sweetheart? You really don't. It's honestly, it's, you know, he's got an angel sitting on his shoulder. Okay, and they'd have banter, wouldn't they? That sounds lovely to me, that there is that banter between them. So, and I know about this funny memory with fishing, and if we can tie Harry into that, that is brilliant. That's where I want it to be, my darling. Okay, so please take his love. Like I say, I don't think I've ever felt so much love tonight. I don't know how many of you there are out there watching with us this evening, but it feels like we might as well be in the Albert Hall, because can you feel that love, Bill? It's incredible, isn't it? It's
absolutely
wonderful. Yeah. Okay. And Leslie's saying your son was 16 when he passed. So clearly there's an awful lot of interplay between this. So, you know, I really hope that keep watching this channel, Leslie, and, you know, and I'm sure that there'll be other mediums that will equally be so lovely to bring your lovely husband through, my darling. So anyway, he's such a giving chap. He's saying, I've had my turn, and, you know, he's blessed. He feels blessed to have had his turn. He's a very, very giving man. And he said, let somebody else have a go now. I'm going to step back. And he's just blowing kisses all over the place. It's a bit like to everybody, all right? So please take his love, Kim, and I'm sure Leslie G, there's an element in there for you as well, my darling. So thank you both for working with me. Woof, I've got my breath back now.
Well done, Brenda. They generally do that with me every fortnight, I've got to be honest. So I know exactly what that was like. It's absolutely lovely, though. That message was wonderful. It really, truly was. Trevor's saying, Bill, we're back on food. Banana sandwiches are on the menu tonight. I don't want no discussions of food, you lot. Behave yourselves. Okay, so producer Richard, before myself and Brenda attempt to do a conjoined link for the one recipient, could we have a itinerary of what's coming up on Spiritual Psychics TV tomorrow, please? So tomorrow morning we've got the lovely Leslie Knight with her meditation at 11:30 a.m. Again, streamed via YouTube and Facebook, guys. So once again, I can only reiterate, make sure you subscribe to both channels, please. Thank you very much. Tomorrow evening, you've got lovely Ashley Robinson with Being Spiritual, and that is at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow, I believe there's going to be an announcement as well. So keep your eyes and your ears peeled there, guys. And that will be with Ashley. Is that correct, producer Richard? Okay. Yep. So Ashley will show from 8 o'clock tomorrow. You're breaking up there. We are getting some internet issues. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, so just bear with us, guys. So Brenda, shall we attempt a conjoined link then?
Why not, indeed? Why not?
Okay. Are you ready to go? Do you want to bring the communicator forward?
I don't mind. You know that skipping game when you're at school and one of you starts and then the other one jumps in and joins? I don't mind being the first one or the one that jumps in, whatever you like, Bill.
Go for it.
Okay, right. Okay. Hello, Polly. Lovely of you to come this evening, my darling. Welcome.
Hiya, Polly.
Okay. Right. I need to link with Fred here. Okay. I feel I've got a lovely gentleman called Fred. I don't feel that this man is a very glamorous dresser. Okay, he's certainly not a snow. He's very down to earth. He's very relaxed in his attire. I do feel that I don't feel he's a tall gentleman. I feel that, you know, I'm about 5'8". He's definitely no taller than me. He might even be a little bit smaller than me, I've got to say. And I'm feeling a little bit uncleish vibration here. I don't know about you, how you're feeling with that, Bill. Certainly, I feel that this gentleman, there was an awful lot of bringing in happiness into his life. And that seems to be a real theme of people that I've worked with this evening, that because he was uncle, he could be relaxed. I also feel I need to cough with him. I've got a real rattly chest with me as well.
Okay, cool. I know what I'm picking up on straight away is that I feel that my knees aren't quite right. I feel as though I need to be drawn into my legs with this gentleman as well. Okay, so I feel as though I'm unsteady, or there is type of issue that's making me feel unsteady going on, and I feel as though I want to be going around my knees. How ironic that Polly just popped up on the last hello, and now she's saying that Grandad was Fred. Polly, I wonder if you could understand the other information that we've both just spoke of there as well, my lovely. So you know the drill. Just converse with us through the comments section, and we'll see where we go with things. Back over to you, Brenda.
So we've got Debbie at the moment, and Debbie and Polly at the moment can take Fred's, and neither of them are uncle. So Uncle Fred, but not close. Tracy Turley can take Uncle Fred and not close. So what about the other information, Tracy? Give us some idea if you can understand any of the other things that we've. And Debbie, you saying it sounds like Dad. Okay, where are we? Do you know, he's here, sweetheart. He's got holes in his jumper, bless him. He hasn't dressed up for the occasion, you know, so he's certainly not going to make Bill tighten up his, you know, Bill up his buttons or anything. Very, very casually dressed, all right. And I do feel, I know it's a little bit cliche, we get it an awful lot as mediums, but this man's garden was an awful lot. It's very important to him, all right. And I do feel that he was a very active man in his prior to losing his mobility, as Bill was talking about. He liked to potter even then, didn't like being strapped into anything, you know. Now, I'm talking about being strapped into anything, so it makes me feel like at some point he would have had to have used a wheelchair to go to places, all right, because he made me say the words didn't like being strapped in. So we'll think about that for a moment. Bill?
I was also getting, actually, it's funny, as you were talking about going into the garden, I was actually picking up on lots of different floral scents that was being brought into my mind. Okay, so I know that I've got a great appreciation for the garden. Okay, and I really just want to be tending somewhat to all of the flowers. Okay, it's almost as though, you know what, I would have really got down and dirty with things as well. I would have really have got stuck in, because I'm just being shown really muddy hands here as well, and you know, it would have driven my better half mad with regards to the fingernails. Okay, because I feel as though I would have been told off for that. Okay, it just makes me understand about being told off and getting a nail brush to it and scrubbing on these nails, and that's what he's just giving me as he's working that little bit closer here with me. But I also get an understanding and identification that I want to be with my loved one in spirit as well, because I do get a sense of a lady joining with him as well. Okay, stood back in the distance, it's almost as though what she's happy to do is allow him to do all of the talking, but she just wants to bring the essence of herself into the message as well, just to give whomever it is that needs to be in receipt of this the validation that the two of them are indeed together. Okay, so I know that I need to be bringing that forward. I feel with this lady as well that I want to be stood just a little bit taller than him. So I feel as though she was the taller out of the two. Polly saying doesn't make sense health-wise with my Fred, but he did like the garden. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Polly.
Yeah.
Tracy saying
not Tracy either. Yeah, okay, thank you, darling, for letting us know. That really helps. It does help us. I've got to say, Bill, I'm hearing a very crackly old Al Jolson being played on. So Debbie says Dad had a wheelchair.
Okay.
I feel like there's an old Al Jolson being played on a really, really old gramophone here, but it doesn't somehow seem right. And it's as though, if it's Dad I've got with me, Debbie, can you understand him doing impressions of Al Jolson singing? Is it Al Jolson that sings Mammy, that kind? Excuse this. I am no Charlotte Underwood. But if you listen to Charlotte, she can sing. I really can't. And Debbie understands Mum in spirit too. So maybe that's the Mammy bit, you know, because he's singing Mammy. Maybe it's to do with, you know. Okay, and Mia, yeah, okay. Mia says Nan was taller than Grandad, and he's Fred. Okay, let's keep going. We've got more work to do, haven't we?
We have. So Mia, I wonder if you can actually relate to the other information that's been brought forward. Debbie's saying, used to sit in the garden towards the end. It's funny how you was talking about singing, because what I want to do with this gentleman is I want to take a nursery rhyme and I want to make it rude. I want to change. I want to change the lyrics about Mary had a little lamb. All right. So I know that I'm not going any further. It's a public forum platform. All right. But I know that I need to be bringing that information forward as well. Okay. And I am getting tingles on the top of my head as well as I'm working away here. So I do know that the recipient who's going to claim this message really does have a great sense and understanding about making that connection with spirit themselves as well. Okay, over to you, Brenda.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like we've definitely got a split link going on here between Debbie and Tracy, because Tracy's come back in with the Al Jolson, and Dad had a gramophone there, Bill. So, you know,
right.
And Debbie can understand Mammy. So, you know, wherever they're from, they don't so much say Mum, they say Mam. So, you know, and Tracy, okay, your dad had Larry Parks, who played Al Jolson in the film. So there's this big thing going on, and Al Jolson is so far out of my remit normally. It's quite an unusual coming, so there is definitely something going on. Let's try and get this absolutely down, nail it down.
Right.
You know, I've just got a lot of laughter here. You know, I feel like I've got a whole bunch of men behind me with pints in their hands, and you know,
playing darts as well. Tracy's saying, Bill, he had it in the shed. Okay. What are you? What is that you're answering to, please, Tracy? Just give us a little bit of info with regards to what it was he had in the shed.
It's the gramophone, I think.
The gramophone.
Yeah.
The Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece is white as snow. Used to sing a rhyme. Perfect. Okay, so there we go.
Yeah. It's always difficult, isn't it, when you've got multiple people that can take it and you kind of get pulled off, but it sounds as though we've got an awful lot going on for Tracy here. Okay, right, I got a little bit distracted with him. Do you know, he could get really distracted, this gentleman. You know, you could really just take him off the thread, and I feel that when people were kids, you could distract Dad very easily. Yeah, it's the gramophone, Tracy's saying. Yeah, I feel like you know, you could easily distract him and not get told off as badly as he was supposed to, because I feel he would be sent off with the job to tell the kids off, you know, and from his lovely wife, and he didn't do a very good job of it at all, because he ended up having fun with them, and that really wasn't what it was all about. So, you know, but Tracy says she can't say the rhyme is rude. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, I know that. That's why I wasn't even going there. But I do need to say, as you were linking in with regards to being down the pub there, Brenda, I do still get a sense of, I want to throw darts, okay? But what I also want to be doing is I want to be relating to the flights on the darts, and the flights being very colourful and having a variation of these that I would have swapped over. But as I'm also working on that link, what I am being drawn to is Bullseye, the program Bullseye with Jim Vane, where he would have gone in one and he would have thrown it and it would have hit the dartboard. So I know that that's got to bear some type of relevance there, hopefully with Tracy, and she can actually understand that part of the information.
Yeah, and I also feel when you talk about darts, Bill, that I do want to call them arrows. you know, I do want to go down that East End. I guess I don't know London very well myself, but I do want to, you know, sort of talk about their arrows, really, aren't they? You know, does that make sense to you? Does that feel right to you?
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Some
absolutely.
pub in Clapham. There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
So there'd be arrows, wouldn't they? Not, yeah, absolutely. Love it. Okay.
He played in the darts team in Earlsfield. Excellent, wonderful. Thank you, Tracy, for taking that.
Yeah, okay. So
I wonder if you could just confirm whether he used to love Bullseye and Jim Bowen, because he's really just banging on about that in my mind right now. He keeps doing that. And so I know that I know that he's not letting me let that go until we've got some type of acknowledgement that comes back forward on that for us there. But I'm just happy to kind of like leave that message for me where it is for you. Yep, he had a Bullseye dartboard in the shed. Perfect.
Yeah.
For me, I'm happy to leave that message there, Brenda. But obviously, I'll hand back over to you just to kind of like finish off whatever else it is that you've got. And she says, yes, Bill knows. Oh, bless her.
Oh, bless. Do you know what? It is the miracle of spirit communication, isn't it? That this lovely gentleman can be with Bill and me in totally different locations in the country at the same time and still be communicating and passing on messages of love. All right. So, Tracy, I feel what I need to say to you, my darling, is he's bringing back the dart for me for your message. OK. And he's saying, fire it straight and true, sweetheart, what you want in life, and stop telling yourself that you can't achieve it, because you can. You're my daughter. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So aim straight and true and you will get there, my darling. He was a South London man. Okay, lovely. Sorry, I got the East End wrong. I don't know one bit of London from another, but, you know, I should know it's South because I was, you know, Crawley, South London, Overspill town that was. But, you know, aim straight and true, my darling, and you will get there. And no, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. That is what he wants to say to you today. All right, my darling. So, you know, bless your heart. Thank you for linking with us so much.
Oh, there you go, Tracy. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming forward and taking the information. Brenda, thank you so much for joining us here at Collective Consciousness and Spiritual Psychics TV. It's been an absolute blast and pleasure working alongside you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and that your lovely family here have been amazing to work with. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and it's the first time we've actually worked together, Bill. So you know, it's been really enjoyable. Thank you very much. And for Richard, well, I don't know how I'm going to manage without him.
So once again, guys.
You said I'm creeping so that I'll get invited back so that everybody can know that. I'm getting the hang of it now. You're in my ear.
Let him know you want her back, guys. Let him know. Put it up in the comments. Tell him now.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. It's been an absolutely fantastic, wonderful evening, as I say. I'm truly blessed to have been given the opportunity to work with Brenda and all of your loved ones, and just to have all of you here with us as not only our regulars, but also our newcomers. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining. Hello there, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. You're welcome, my darling. Very welcome.
Yeah, hope your hubby's feeling better, sweetheart, and I've been sending him healing. Lovely.
Thank you so much, Christine Marius. It's lovely for you to give us that feedback. Mary Dixie as well. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Stace. I've not seen you work, but I shall look out for you, my darling. Thank you, Natalie.
Hi, Melissa. You're new. Anything for you? Well, we're at the end of the programme now, my darling, but please do come back and revisit Spiritual Psychics TV, because we've got many shows that run over the course of a week. Charlene saying, God bless you both. God bless you, Charlene. Look forward to working with you again soon too, my darling. We've got to make that happen. So that just leaves me to say, guys, once again, God bless you all. Thanks for joining us. And until we all meet again, may the love and the light of spirit be with each and every one of you. Good night. God bless. Take care.
Stay well.